Welcome back to Big Red Radio. This is Bet the Mortgage. Going over our record. Last week we did not have an episode, but we still put our picks out on Twitter and Instagram, so make sure you follow us over there. But our record on the year is 19-11. Zach had a little bit of a slip up last week. I think finished 1-2. I think you had.
Yeah, I think we need to. Okay, here's the
I
thing.
think
Here's the thing.
your KU bet lost, and you bet
Yeah,
the Iowa Wisconsin over. I think that game finished what 15-7 or something like that.
it was pretty bad. But here's the thing: is I wake up every Monday morning and I got a freaking text on my phone of these three picks. Two of them are ones that I wanted, and so now I got to go to picks 4 and
Hey,
5.
get your picks out. Wake up early.
So I think what we're gonna start doing is we need to have a draft. We need to
Okay.
have a draft of picks each week. The winner of the prior week gets the first pick, and that's how we're gonna
Okay.
do it.
But what if it's a tie?
Then we'll go overall record.
Okay. All right. Well, speaking of
And
overall record,
if that's a tie, then we'll flip a coin.
okay. Speaking of overall record, my record is 10-5 after a 2-1 finish last week. The Florida Vanderbilt, I think, is the game. Florida South Carolina was a game that disappointed me last week. I bet the under on that one. Turns out Graham Mertz is actually good at football, so they went over. But other than that, Tennessee, Texas A&M went under, and then Mizzou plus 2.5. Mizzou won by like 15 points. So big time win for me there. I'm 10-5. Zach, after a rough week, as we already mentioned, is now 9-6. So we're still close. We're still
Hey,
close.
but let's not forget if you're betting money, that's solid.
Sure. No, if you're
You're
anything
making
over
money.
500,
You're
if you're
making
anything
money.
over 500, you're looking good. You're looking good. But getting into our picks this week, as Zach said, I got my first three off the board. I got mine picked. So my first one, maybe the best bet of the weekend, depending on what Zach was thinking, is Wisconsin minus 2.5 over Illinois. Illinois is a bad football team. Don't get it twisted. They beat Maryland. Sure. Doesn't matter. They're a bad football team. Wisconsin is an above average football team. They might be average, but still, they're better than 2.5 points over Illinois. Wisconsin's going to come out. They're going to get back. I know their QB's out for the year, but they're going to get back against this bad Illinois team. Braylon Allen's going to run for 200 yards. I'm not worried about Wisconsin at all in this game. Minus 2.5 is a lock.
Yeah. My first one, I learned, I feel like the biggest thing in this game is you gotta learn from your mistakes. So Minnesota, Iowa under 32.5.
I don't even think it's at 32. I think it has even gone down more since you were talking about it. But yeah, I mean that's ridiculous. I think it's
Well,
like
you might want to check on that.
I might, but
But
I think that's like the
I
third
bet this
lowest.
line. I'd bet this line at 25. So if it's at 25, I'd bet it there too.
I can guarantee
Um,
it's not 25.
Minnesota does not have a good offense. Decent defense.
Mm.
Iowa, terrible offense. I mean, they threw for 27 yards, and I'm pretty sure rushed for less than 100 and
It's
won.
at 31. It's at 31 now, by the way.
And they won. Okay, I'd still bet the 31. Um, this is gonna be. I mean, this is like 7-3, 10-3 kind of game here.
Yeah, ugly football.
Which apparently Matt Rule called the Iowa
Beautiful.
Wisconsin game beautiful.
Yeah, that's hey,
Okay,
hey, hey. To each
maybe
their own.
beautiful for our hopes of winning the West.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, that was the opposite of beautiful. We needed Iowa to lose that game. But
Yeah, we did.
my next one. Speaking of unders, Texas Houston under 61. I think Texas absolutely mops Houston in this game. I think after that OU loss, they're not going to want to play with anybody. I mean, Houston, is it a rivalry? No, it's not a rivalry. It's freaking Houston. They may be in the same state, but it's Houston. Houston is bad. Texas may score 35-40. I don't think Houston scores more than 10 points. So under 61 is easy. People saying that Texas is on upset alert this week, get out. Don't even talk to me. Houston is a bad football team.
Yeah, that's
Texas is.
ridiculous.
Texas,
Dude.
I think, is still the best team in the Big 12.
I agree. I agree. Texas is the best team in the Big 12, and I'm still really high on them. I'm just kind of mad at them. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just kind
You're
of mad at
disappointed.
them.
You're not even mad. You're just disappointed.
Disappointed. I'm disappointed. You know why? Because Oklahoma came out and wanted to win that football game. And if you watch, you can tell Texas did not want to win that game. Texas just didn't care as much as Oklahoma. Yeah. You saw if you go back and watch that game, you will see flashes. Dude, Texas was the better team.
Yeah.
Texas was the better
as
team.
bad as
Oklahoma
Texas played.
More.
Yeah, as bad as Texas played, I think they led with what, a minute left? They led with 20 seconds left. Seconds. They led with 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, that was ridiculous. It was. You could just see in that game. I mean, right from the start, Quinn Ewers throwing a pick. That's not even you. Come on, man. Throwing in double coverage. That's not you.
Mm-mm.
Wide open guys missing. Come on.
No.
Anyways.
Can't do it.
But I still hate Texas. I still hate Texas. But I still think they're the best football team in the Big 12. I like the way Texas is going, but as an institution, I hate Texas.
Yep.
My bet. Caleb probably won't agree with this one. Washington State plus 19.5 versus Oregon. Washington State just got freaking mopped by Arizona.
Arizona's not a bad football team.
They're not a bad football team. But Washington State is mad. And Washington State, just going back to what we were going to talk about, is going to come out and play like Oklahoma in this football game. Oregon, they got beat, but it was like one of those losses where it's like, oh, darn, like that sucks. And I feel like they're probably going to come out slow this week because they expected to win that game towards the end. And then we had Michael Penix freaking freestyling on the bench, down by a touchdown, and he finds Rome
Odunze,
yeah. Romeo Odunze, yes. For the game-winning touchdown, and then we're going to go to overtime. Nope, botched the kick. Oregon's going to be feeling sorry for themselves going into this week. Washington State's going to be freaking mad because they were supposed to be one of the best teams in the Pac-12, and now they're getting beat by 40 by Arizona. And I think they're going to lose by 14 because of that. And not over 19.5. So Washington State 19.5.
I like that bet. I like Washington State. The only thing I disagree with is I don't know. I think Oregon's going to come out mad also. I mean, you saw how they came out against Colorado and they were mad.
That was personal.
It was personal. But now, I mean, but they just lost. They just lost the biggest game of the year.
You know what else is personal, Caleb? Alec Anamander throwing your freaking head into the end zone, Travis. On your head.
Let's relax. Colorado's not even in this episode, unless they're your next bet.
You know that.
Yeah, I get. My last pick is, speaking of starting out slow, I'm going to go to the winner of the game that we were just talking about. Arizona State plus 26.5 against Washington. On paper, Washington should win this game by 30 plus. But it's a big time spot after their huge win, their biggest game in 5 years, probably. Emotions may still be carried over. I think they may start a little slow. Arizona State's not a team you can just start slow with. I know they're 1-5, 1-6. I don't know if they won last week. They might be 2-5. I don't know. They're bad. They're bad record, but they have a decent little team. And I think if they start off slow, Arizona State can keep it close going into the half. And if it's a tie ball game, if it's a 7-point ball game at the half, there's no way Washington's winning by 26 and like 27 points. So 26 points just seems like too much for me. We're going back to early in the year when our motto was too many points. 26.5 is too many points.
Yeah, that's kind of my motto for the next one. So kind of the same thing as my last one. Michigan State.
Oh.
Michigan, very, very, very good football team. Okay. Michigan, very good football team. I mean, probably the only team I see right now, other than maybe Texas, with just zero holes, zero downfalls.
Georgia's
Michigan
still
does not
alive.
have. Brock Bowers is out. That's a downfall.
I wouldn't say that's a hole. You don't think they have a
That's fair.
5-star waiting behind him?
Yeah, his name's Eric Gilbert. Put him in. But anyways, Michigan is a very, very good football team. But it's the rivalry. This is a crazy rivalry. All right. This is Nebraska-Iowa level rivalry. It's not quite Michigan-Ohio State level rivalry, but it's a very, very big rivalry. I mean, we're looking at Texas-Oklahoma, not quite that, but just under it. Michigan State is a below average football team. They're
a
not bad.
football team. They're a bad football team.
They're not. No, they're not. They're a below average football team. They are not bad. Give them a little credit here, especially in East Lansing where they're playing. That's why I'm taking the Michigan State Spartans plus 24.5. I think they lose by 21.
This is a 30-point game.
Nope. No, it's not. And also, not only that, Michigan just doesn't put a ton of points on people, unless you're Nebraska. But
They scored 52
other than that
last
game-
week.
yeah. Who are they playing?
Indiana.
Okay, dude. Yeah, go watch the freaking video of the Indiana head coach making his players sing in the locker room after the game. That's why you got 52 put up on you. Can we please clip that at the end of this video? And please watch number 2. That guy's going to be in the transfer portal next week. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. 1, 2. You knew what to do. No, dude, that's bad. If Matt Rule ever did that, fire him right away. That's bad. That's why you get 52 put up on you on a team that can barely score 52 because they run the ball.
They scored 45 on us.
That's because we felt sorry for ourselves. And we understood that. They probably went back to the locker room and sang that night as a choir. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be a Hoosier right now. That is embarrassing.
I didn't know we were going to have
Michigan State. Michigan State plus 24.5. Come on, that's free money. That's free money.
All right. Whatever you say. I mean, Michigan State's worse than Nebraska is.
Yep. But it's in East Lansing, and it's a rivalry game. Dude, the rivalry, because Nebraska came out scared in that game. They came out looking to play to not lose, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Michigan State's going to come out in this game. They don't care if they win or lose. They're just trying to take some freaking heads off. That's why. That's why I feel like it's going to be closer.
I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But that is
Here's a great example. Colorado State. Dude, that Colorado State team is not good.
No, they're not good. They're not good at all.
Colorado is probably 21 points better than that Colorado State team.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But it was a rivalry, and they were looking to take some heads off. And well, they did. They took some livers out. That's for sure. But I feel like that's how. Dude, this game is gonna be dirty. Michigan might lose a couple guys due to some penalties. Michigan probably gonna lose a couple guys because of the way those penalties were caused.
All right. Whatever you say. But that
And Michigan State probably just changed all their play call signs. So
yeah, fair enough. I mean, you got to at this point with Michigan cheating all the time.
yeah, you have to.
That's
It's
going
like
to do
Tom
it.
Brady's back.
God. That is going to do it for our episode of Bet the Mortgage. Make sure you tune in to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter or X for all of the extra content that you're missing out on. But without further ado, we'll see you next week.
If we die, we die! If we die, we die!